Okay, so the countdown is over. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. And it's the day when we will offer our feedback to some of our students. Today we have got three students, Itesh, Purvesh, and Ayush, who will get their feedback. We are joined by moderators. Both of them are present here. By the way, joining in with the parents is highly recommended for today, so kindly let me know if your parents are watching this. Jay says hi. We are joined by Mohit, Itesh, the other moderator is here, Arya Mahakal is here, and Namish says good evening sir. Well, I hope that Itesh must be I hope that he is there with his dad or his mom alongside, because the feedback is something that is so important. He's saying yes sir, so one of his parents is with him. It's when the coach can tell the parents even how their child is doing or performing. I had a message on Telegram by Adman Ayush, who is going to receive the feedback that he's going to be at his maternal uncle's place. So he will probably not be so active in the chat, but does not mean that he's not there. He will be there, and hopefully he'll be watching it from that place, and he'll have one of his parents by his side. We are waiting for Purvesh, of course, to give us a nod. If I'm not wrong, he's going to be the first today. So Purvesh, I don't know. This is the one session where you should not be late. If you join us late, then probably it's better you ask yourself how serious you are about chess. Clearly, everything was mentioned on the Telegram chat. Oh, Purvesh is here just in the nick of time. Purvesh, I was talking about you just in the nick of time. And please tell me that you are with your dad. Your father must be with you, because whatever I have to say, even he needs to listen to this. Guys, we are doing the first round of our feedback, so let's dive straight into it. It is the feedback for 21st August, and this is our third session. Feedback by yours truly. The first one is for Purvesh. That's why I wanted him with us. So Purvesh, the ID is Purvesh Kulkarni. The rapid games are 571, but then look at the classical games, it's just 25 games, and this data is good as of 9:40 this morning. So you can do much better there. Why only 25 classical games when you have played 571 rapid games? So there is a big gap there. The game completion rate is 97%, which is fantastic. I am quite impressed with that. The rapid rating is 1178. To my understanding, well, you are a student who is between 1200 and 1300, so maybe you can better this by another 25 to 50 rating points. Even in the classical, 1093 rating is very low, but then again you have just played 25 games, so you need more exposure there. All this data is good as of 9:40 this morning. Please make a note of that. By the way, people always wonder, so what if you want to, really, sometimes the speed with the way with which we go is a lot, is not sufficient time for us to jot down important points. Well, I suggest there is a trick of taking screenshots. If you are okay, well then just take screenshots, and then you can, sit back later after the stream is over and then jot down the points. But it's important you write it down. Writing does help you create some sort of a record. So Purvesh, I want you to acknowledge as and when you hear something, and you acknowledge, you need to acknowledge that. And the moderators, of course, go ahead and type whatever it is that I'm saying, inverted commas or whatever. So first point, Purvesh, for you is this under 1800 hub arena. You have to ensure that you give us complete participation, not half-hearted participation. Now here is a screenshot of the tournament that you played this week. Now Purvesh, you can see that you only played 4 games, only 4 games, as opposed to the one who finished 11th, Abir, who is one of our students, and you can see that he's almost played triple the number of games. And you see, I've on purpose included that screenshot of the podium finishers. So if you see, Itesh was the first and he played 9 games. Kavish, who finished second, played 11 games. Jai played 9 games. And you played 4 games. And there was one victory in those 4 games, which is good. But then why just 4 games? So I would want you to reason that out. Even your father can help you with the typing. If you are not so good at typing, today you have your father by your side, maybe he can do some typing. And it is very important that you give us a complete meaningful participation. Jai, Itesh, I don't have to tell you every time that this is a point and you got to type it. So you can say it that Purvesh, give us complete participation for the entire time. Playing 4 games in a tournament, what are you hopeful for? What will happen, you think? 4 games, you will finish on the podium, you think? So there is a proof of the data I've shown you. You can clearly do better than that. And a 3-digit performance, if you see there, the performance is 900 odd. Well, then that is not really what you need to do. And thank you, Hitesh. I still wonder where Jay is. Jay, you need to be a little more active than that. Sure. So please give a total 100% meaningful participation. Okay. And well, it is sad that Purvesh is saying that his father is not there. One of the parents, I don't care if it is mother. It's not necessary you only should have your father by your side. Even if your mother is by your side, then she will listen to all these points. I mean, this shows how important chess is for you, is it not? So one of your parents, guardians, well, better be here. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So participate for the complete time. Give us your 100% participation. That's what I'm saying. Now, Purvesh, I'm going to give you 2 instances where you don't watch your opponent's last move. In particular, well, this is a very common error. Again, I don't have to tell everybody that if this applies to you, well, you have to type it in the chat applies to me. But I'm going to give you 2 instances where you do not watch your opponent's moves. Now here you have got 2 minutes and 46 seconds, so I can say almost the entire time remains. It's a 3 plus 2 game. We are talking about this rated 3 plus 2 blitz game, and it's our hub tournament that we are talking about. Now you can see that with that kind of time, when your opponent's last move is bishop d3, which you can see in the green squares, the threat clearly is the red arrow. It's very easy to see that bishop and the queen battery, it's screaming that queen takes h7 is checkmate. And then you don't respond to that with that kind of time left. So it's ridiculous. You played rook e8 with that kind of time remaining. You have to understand this. And that is why I want parents to listen to this. You only listening to this, probably you're too young, as a child. So Purvesh, make sure that at least, you make your father watch this later when he comes back. You say that he's out right now, but make sure that when he comes back, you watch it. You make him watch this, because this is important. This will bring about the good part in you, improvement in you, and you will see yourself becoming a stronger chess player. Not that you have 2 seconds here. Make no mistake. You have a whole 2 minutes and 46 seconds. That's why I can say it's close to 3 minutes. And then you don't notice bishop and queen together attacking h7. You play rook e8. You played rook e8 here. Believe me, the green arrow is what you played. So, you're not responding to your opponent's threat. And yes, Mohit is right. Opponent is indeed Mohit Patil, who's there. And that is why you need to work on this part of your game. I told you I'm going to give you 2 instances, Purvesh. Here is the second one. Now here we are talking about the game against Rayansh. This time Rayansh is your opponent. You lost this game. And here again you can see that there is a minute and 32 seconds. 1.5 minutes is left. It's a +2 incremental time control. You have increments here. The threat is very simple to see. The queen wants to win the h6 pawns. So enough time left. Number one, opponent played queen to e3. Simple threat to c. And you easily could have played the move suggested with a blue arrow, bishop f8, and you could have saved that pawn. You just gave your material away. Well, first of all, your king is exposed. You did castle, but look at the g file. The king is exposed there. And on top of that, you want to allow easy getaway to the queen and give the pawn on h6. Well, that's not good, is it? You were putting a good fight against Rayansh here. Rayansh was supposed to win, but you were giving a pretty good fight here. And that is why you must respond to opponent's threat. That is my point for you. Or as I have highlighted in bold, watch the opponent's last move. Guys, you have to watch the opponent's last move. Purvesh, you in particular, Ritesh, that's what is to be typed, right? You have to watch. So Purvesh, comma, you have to watch your opponent's last move, and in both the instances you are not pressurized by time factor. You had enough time. I mean, if you wanted, you could have done something about it, but you did not. Purvesh, really, that is why I wanted, your parents to be here. And if he does not watch this later, then make sure that you make him call me, because this is important. If the feedback sessions are not taken seriously, then you are not going to make the necessary progress. It is very, very important. Okay, let's continue with your feedback. And now this is one thing that I've not really understood, like, why do you play correspondence chess? Your coach has clearly highlighted what you should be focusing on. And if Jay, Hitesh, and seniors can summarize this, I want you to focus on 10 plus 5 rapid games, which is enough time to think. I want you to play more classical games. In the opening we saw, the opening screen we saw that you have played barely 25 classical games. Now that's not enough, is it? As compared to 500 other games that you have played. Now, the other thing you do is to play the hub tournament quite seriously, where you played only 4 games in the hub tournament. You remember the previous screen, the previous slide? You played 4 games in the hub tournament. Okay, so why do we have 3 to 4 correspondence games? That's not what I have asked you to do. I want you to play slower games, and I want you to focus on the rapid, classical, and blitz games. Now, do not play additional blitz games to what you already do on Mondays. Our tournament, the hub tournament, is already 3 plus 2, so that is the blitz. On top of that, you don't have to play any blitz games at all. What you should play is 10 plus 5. I clearly emphasize this. Jai typed it so many times, Purvesh. That on your part is not cool. Correspondence chess, and that too casual correspondence chess games. Why? Why do you think you want to invest days in moves? Correspondence chess, and on top of that, if that's not enough, casual. So I do not want you to play correspondence chess right now. It is not at all what I recommend. At the stage where we are, you have to play the blitz games. That's the Monday's tournament. That's it. No other blitz game. Then play 10 plus 5, and then classical game and outside hub tournaments. That's what you should aim to do. I don't want this next time. Okay. Uh, yeah, sure. Especially casual. Yeah. First of all, it's correspondence. I don't know why you're playing correspondence chess, Purvesh, where there are days, dear. I mean, that's not done. So don't do that. This is going to bring no progress. Now, here is another thing that annoys me. The last rapid games that you played was a month ago, and the one before that was 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Now, what kind of a good student are you, Purvesh? Now, that is why all the parents who are watching this will understand why it is important to listen to coach. I have recommended at least one 10 plus 5 game every week. Well, clearly you have not even played one 10 plus 5. You have played one 10 plus 0 game. I don't know why it is 10 plus 0. But then even that's about a week old, so nothing this week. And on top of that, the last one you played, oh sorry, month. I beg your pardon, not week, a month ago. Sorry, not week. I beg your pardon. It's a month old, and the one before that was 3 months ago. Dude, that if this is the rate of play, then how do you expect to ever achieve anything? I mean, it is, come on, it's hilarious. You can't do that, Purvesh. Listen to this properly, try to understand the meaning. The one rapid game that you played, the latest is a month ago. A month ago. I want one game every week, I said, and that's at least. You can play 3 games easily in a week, 2 to 3 games, so not even more than that. That's enough concentration, because I do a couple of demo games myself per week, so that should be enough exposure. But then a month, and the one before that was 3 months ago. Look at the slide, look at the screenshot. That speaks volumes about how irregular you are. Now that will not bring about chess improvement. So Purvesh, I'm afraid you're not doing anything to improve, and then you are wondering why there's no improvement. I repeat, this line is classic, epic, amateur line. Okay, somebody type it in inverted commas. You are doing nothing to improve, and then you are wondering why the improvement is not happening. Well, then do what the coach has said. This is the third feedback session. This is the third Saturday that I am telling you, everybody this. Play a 10 plus 5 game, play a 10 plus 5 game, and here is Purvesh with a 10 plus 5, not even 10 plus 5, it's 10 plus 0, a month ago. And the other one is 3 months ago. No, that is not done. That is really not done. Okay? So, please make sure that Purvesh, you're at least jotting these points down or listening to this properly. I mean, I am not really happy that your parents are not with you. One of them. Is your mom with you, Purvesh? At least she could be there with you. Is she there? Anyway. Next, please. Why have you, Purvesh, not played any outside tournament? So basically you will see in everything you are lagging. Let's take it one by one. Okay, let's take it one by one. Have I asked you to play 10 plus 5 games? Yes. Have you played? No. Guys, somebody can type this in the chat. Listen to all the 3 points. You should play 10 plus 5 game. Has Purvesh done that? No. You should play the hub tournament. Did Purvesh do so completely? No. 4 games, remember? Next, I have asked you to play one outside tournament. Did Purvesh play an outside tournament, external tournament? No. So basically on all 3 parameters, you have nothing to show me. And then how am I supposed to give you anything at all? From whatever games I had, I told you, you got to watch opponent's last move. I found a couple of instances. That's a mistake that you do repeatedly. Okay, inadvertently, of course, but that's the nature of play. You're hasty. So, I mean, on all the 3 fronts, just summed it up nicely. No rapid game. Read it, Purvesh. Screenshot, please. No rapid game. No complete tournament of the hub. No external tournament. Oh, no. And that's why I said, epic line. You're doing nothing to improve and you're wondering why you're not improving. That's funny. Can't do that. Do what your coach has asked you to do. All the senior players, 2000, 2100, Vyanga is a good example of that. They are where they are. They started just like you. They did not know much chess. But today, look how strong they are. That's because they studied. They did what was told to them, don't you think? Somebody type that. Credits to the seniors. So it's very important, okay? And Hitesh has also summed it up nicely. 10 plus 5, number 1. Complete hub tournament, number 2. And one external tournament, number 3. Those 3 things every week, not just some day, some week. Every week, these 3 things are to be done if you are serious about your chess improvement, okay? I'm damn serious about this. Well, Ant-Man is here. Ant-Man will not be so active because he is at some other place. I've mentioned that already. But he will make sure that he will make notes and probably respond at a slower pace or a tempo. Hey, good. Purvesh's dad is here. Thank you. Make sure that you rewind this and watch the stream again because this is the 6th point. I'm not sure you were there from the first point, but there is a lot that Purvesh can do. Okay, so this is about Purvesh. So those are the 3 things that you need to do, and that's it. That's it for Purvesh. The next one is Master Itesh. So the moderator. Ooh, the moderator. He is here, right? Yeah. Itesh is here, and Itesh, let me know who is with you. Your dad or your mom who is watching this feedback. Let me give Itesh's credentials. Itesh is Itesh underscore 2011 and he's played 94 rapid games, which is not quite a lot, to be honest. He has played only 18 classical games, which by Itesh's standard is not good. Itesh, you have to play more classical games. game completion rate is about 90%, which is okay, but don't let it fall below that. 90% you think, oh, okay, come on, you can do better than that, but 90 is still okay. Don't want that to slip. So, Jay, if you can sum it up for him, make sure that you type this. Don't let it fall. The game completion rate, don't let it fall below 90%. Itesh, don't let that happen. Your data, all the data that I'm sharing is good as of 10-14 hours this morning. Okay. And the rapid rating is fantastic, 1779, which is good. In my opinion, you are an 1800, 1900 player now. And in Bullet, you have proved that because you are 2000 now in Bullet. Guys, some appreciation. And Jay has nicely put it in the chat. Don't let the 90% completion rate fall anymore. But okay, we were appreciative of the fact that you are 2000 in Bullets, which is great. In rapid, I think your real rating should be in between 1800 to 1900. You are 1779 right now, which is good, which is excellent. Okay. Classical rating is a question mark. Now, if the parents are wondering, like, why is there this question mark? The question mark is because he has not played a lot of classical games. So, parents should see this. The classical rating, there's a question mark there because he has played only 18 games. You need to play about 25, 30 games at least. And that question mark will be settled as to what is Itesh's actual rating. So please make a note of that. You can take a screenshot. Itesh, yes, taking screenshots is a good idea. Okay, I strongly recommend that you do that. Now, first of all, let's give a moment to appreciate Itesh on the coolest profile page of any student that I have seen. Okay. Now, suddenly Abir is asking, how am I playing? It's not your feedback today. So when it is your feedback, I'll tell you how you're playing. All of a sudden in between, I'm not going to tell everyone how they are playing. This feedback today is for Itesh, Purvesh and Ayush. So Abir, you'll have to wait a little while, but make sure that when your feedback is there, then your parents and you are watching it together. It's still early days for you. Now, this is the coolest profile page. Itesh's parents, I'm impressed with your boy. Look at the cool Ferrari, whatever car that is on fire. Itesh is on fire. He says, hi, I'm Itesh. Chess is refreshing for me. In the intro bio, he says that I am a part of the Vaidya's Chess Hub at YouTube. Be quick. We play many hub tournaments. Amer sir is my coach. And don't forget to subscribe Vaidya Chess Hub at YouTube with a skull and everything. Yes, he has a Leeches flag. Some students were wondering that how do we have the universal? You remember last time? I think it was Sagar was asking me last time, like how can we have the universal flag? So clearly you can go for the Leeches flag. If Radhesh is watching this, South African, really? Anjan, really? You remember? Yeah, epic, right? Yeah. So this is what you can do. Leeches flag, and you can have Earth flag also. I mean, both of them are totally cool. Since you are anyway on Leeches, you can have the Leeches flag, okay? But some comments about the school bio page. That's the coolest bio page and the intro that I have seen. And thank you so much for recommending with this chess hub. That's brilliant. And by the way, he says that I have made that. So that is absolutely cool. He created that. And if you go to his profile, actually, you know, the name Itesh, it's graphics. There is some movement there even for the skull. I think the eyeballs move or something like that. Hitesh can actually, you know, tell us more in the chat. Okay, enough praise. Now let's come to the point here. The parents will be wondering like, okay, that's a positive, but what is he going to do? Well, this is what he's going to do. You know, how much he loves only playing fast. Too much focus on quicker time controls. I repeat, too much focus on quicker time controls. So if Itesh's parents are watching this, look at the screenshot. He has played 2,828 Ultra Bullet games. He has played 1,559 Bullet games. And he has played only 18 classical games. Well, how's that? So it is very important that Itesh, you know, you pay proper concentration on the slower game. So if you see how I've nicely summed it up, and please Give me some credit for the nice representation, okay, of how I've summed it up with the greater than and less than arrows, whatever. So ultra bullet, bullet, blitz, rapid, last is classical. What's actually supposed to be the first comes at the last is perfectly the descending order in speed. Some observation. And now, by the way, this is actually what you should honestly tell me why the coach is important. You know that you kind this kind be this information can be missed so easily, but when your mentor looks at a particular, and not just in chess, it can apply to anything. That's why you need a guru or a mentor. See how nicely I have used that data to get exactly more information about your nature of play. See how it perfectly is in the descending order, Ritesh. We wanted exactly the opposite. Parents, we wanted the exact opposite. Too much focus is on quicker time control. And by the way, the parents should know, ultra bullet, what's the time control? It is, should I tell them? It's a 15-second game. Parents, it's the 15-second game. And the descending order, my goodness me, the descending is from the highest to the lowest. So ultra bullet is the highest, classical is the lowest. So it's the descending order. I'm perfectly damn right about it. It is descending, not freaking ascending. Okay, the descending order, the highest 2000 games to the minimum classical, which is 18 games. So 15-second is the time control for ultra bullet, for which he has played 2800 games. I mean, that's clearly too much emphasis on fast games. Purvesh, sorry, rather Hitesh, I want you to pay more concentration on that. And by the way, this is again a good proof. Like if you remember, I said in Bullet, he is 2000 rated. You can see he is 2003, and that is a good rating in Bullet. But I'm afraid for bullets over the board, when you actually go for tournaments, well, I'm afraid you'll have to focus on the rapid part and the classical part more. So if you really want to make meaningful progress, please make sure that you play more rapid and classical. That's probably what Jai should type for you. Jai, always make notes. So he should type this for you. Hitesh, play more rapid and classical games. In classical, you've barely played 18 and your trend is downward with about 59-point loss. So you probably need to do a little more in that aspect, in that area. Okay, just probably type the right message for you. Now, once again, we are going to praise Hitesh. All the parents will be really happy with the way Hitesh Kavade is performing. Fantastic. He is the hub tournament winner. And the performance, man, 1864. If you remember, there is a reason, Hitesh, I said that you are between 1800 and 1900. That is your real rating. Well, that's a proof of that. Look at that. Your performance in the hub tournament is 1864. And Hitesh has confirmed that I will play more classical and rapid games, which is great. So Hitesh, this is your true potential. And again, if Purvesh is watching this, remember in our hub tournament, you played only 4 games. Look, Hitesh has played 9 games here. Kavish, who finished second, played 11 games here. That's something that you want to, improve upon. And Hitesh, as far as you are concerned, your rating true potential is between 1800 and 1900. So you have really grown, Hitesh. When you started, you're like 1200, slipped to 1100, 1500, and now you're well and truly an intermediate level player. And I'm very impressed with you. Congratulations. The participation is 100% required. Now, this is again a negative for Hitesh. Watch what you have done, Hitesh. Again, Jay, please make sure that you type the important points that I'm saying. Yes, you played the hub tournament and you are the winner, but in the external tournament, you played the hourly rapid arena. Again, Jay will tell you that there is an under 1800 tournament. You could have played that. There is under 2000 tournament. You could have played that. Jay, please type this for him. He needs to know that. Why did you select hourly rapid? That's the toughest. That's like the open category. That's like the toughest. Now, if that was not enough, that you chose the wrong tournament, you also did not participate properly. You played one game. Look at a screenshot. You just played one game, Hitesh underscore 2011. And even with that one game and one win, you managed to finish 384th out of 806 players, which is in the top 50% with just one game. Now imagine if you had played all the rounds, then you would have definitely done much, much better than that. Okay, it's very important, guys. Understand what I'm saying here. So what I'm saying is that you select, number one, you select a good tournament. Since now that you are an under 1800 as of now, I'm not talking about bullet. In bullet you're 2000, but I'm saying in the rapid arena, you have under 1800, you can play under 2000, so you could have definitely done much, much better if with one win you finished in top 50%. Look at that, 384th was your rank out of 806. So if you had played more games, Hitesh, you would have done even better. Okay, so this is actually a negative, so you can do better in this area. So Hitesh, now another negative for you in this particular feedback session, or let's call it the area of improvement, is you are the moderator. You must have typed this line 10 times along with Jay, like play 10 plus 5, play 10 plus 5. Well, then Master Hitesh Kavle, where is 10 plus 5? Show me. You have not played any 10 plus 5. What you are interested in playing seems to be 8 plus 0. Now what is this freaking time control 8 plus 0? Why? There is a reason why I have recommended 10 plus 5 very strongly. I'll emphasize on that again. And Jay, I really want you to do some more typing, man. You're the moderator. Do that. Hitesh is the one receiving this feedback, so it's okay if he's not so active in the chat. Okay. 10 plus 5 is time enough for you to think. Even when you are nearing completion, that is when you are coming towards 1 or 2 minutes, you know you have that cushion of plus 5. Every move you make, you get 5 seconds added. So 10 plus 5 is enough time to think, like Jay is highlighting right now. That's good work, Jay. That's nice. So 8 plus 0 doesn't really give you that option. You know, I played 2 demo games every week. You notice how I utilize my time. So you have that cushion of 5-second increment, or Jay's murdered increment spelling, but still, I think Jay is doing a good job highlighting all those. He's corrected himself now. 8 plus 0 makes no sense. I want you to play 10 plus 5. Parents, if you are listening, I don't want him to play 8 plus 0. 10 plus 5 games. I want Hitesh to play 10 plus 5 games. That's it. What is this 8 plus 0, 8 plus 0, 8 plus 0? No. And Namish has highlighted that as a quote by me. Why don't you do it in one chat line? I have to highlight both the chat lines, Namish. Now, what's up with the draw offers, Master Hitesh Kavle? Why are you offering so many draws to your opponent? Parents, point to be noted. Whenever he plays, you probably should not be the one to offer the draw first unless it is dead draw. Look at that. You are playing white against someone who had an interesting chess ID, regular chess user. Look at the leech's ID. Your opponent is regular chess user and his rating is 1783. Now, Hitesh, look at how bad it feels. White offers draw, black declines draw. White offers draw, black declines draw. Like, why is Hitesh doing that? You offered him a draw twice and your opponent is like, no, I don't want to draw. Why does Hitesh want to draw? And at the end of it, you won the game. At the end of it, this is to be highlighted. This is there to be highlighted. Jay, this time you did a fantastic job. So look at mantra. That's what I said. Don't offer a draw until it is completely necessary or it is a dead draw position. Okay. You offered the draw, black declined it. You again offered a draw, black again declined it. And finally, Hitesh Kavade won the game. Victory for you. You won, Hitesh. You won the match. But then what's up with those draw offers? I don't like that. No, that shows, you know what? On leeches, there are many players who would actually report leeches and they'll say that this player constantly offers draw, and that can be seriously taken. Jay, this is the point to highlight. If there are constant draw offers, then leeches can take it as a bad playing policy. Please remember that, Hitesh, and please do type in the chat if you have noted this point. I don't want you offering the draw, Master Hitesh Kavade. What's up with the offering of draw? When you have the potential to win and you won this game, you got 12 points. You defeated a player higher rated than you. The player was higher rated than you, make no mistake. Regular chess user was 1783 and you got 12 points. So why should you be the one to offer the draw when you can win? Now, Hitesh, one more thing. Probably this is the one thing that you and Rayansh do a lot. I repeat, you and Rayansh, you are the guys who do this often. I don't know why you do that, but it's there. Now, Jay has again done a good job of highlighting that. Even Namish has done that. Okay, now coming to the seventh point, Itesh, something that you and Rayansh do that, and others in the chat, let me know if you are also a culprit of doing this. Why are you afraid of a simple pawn capture at times? Do you think everything is a trap? Everything is not a trap. Like here, why doesn't the bishop take the pawn on b4? In the game you played the move shown by the green arrow. You just, like a coward, you brought the bishop back to b2. Shouldn't the bishop just take the pawn on b4 and maintain a good game there? I have checked with the computer. Believe me, that is the move. Believe me, that is the move. You can also use your leeches, the analysis thing. You can do that. I'm not going to tell you what happens if there is e4. You tell me what happens if there is e4. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Analyze this game. This is your homework, okay? And Namish has also said this is you and regular chess user. So have this game analyzed and you tell me why that is the best move. The bishop could have taken the pawn. That's the best move. And share it on the Telegram channel. You are right. You thought bishop takes b4, the pawn will be pushed, the bishop will be attacking the rook, the pawn will be attacking the knight. Oh my god, OMGB, what to do? But then, trust me, you are still okay there. So that in the given position, that's the best move. So that's about Itesh. Don't be scared of a simple pawn exchange. And in fact, if I'm not wrong, this was a pawn exchange. He took your pawn on b4, but your bishop did not take the pawn on b4. That is what happened in this game, if I recollect studying this game properly. All right, so that's for Itesh. A wonderful player. He's progressing. He's doing well. But remember everything that has been shared to you. The things that you are doing well, applause for that. Very good, brilliant, congratulations. But the things where you have to improve, you have to improve. So Hitesh's parents, thank you for joining. But if you want, you can please stay here for some 20 minutes more, because the others feedback is also important. Maybe you can find that Hitesh finds even that feedback useful. The Ant-Man is next. You're welcome, Hitesh. Thank you so much. Welcome. Next one is our very own Ant-Man. Welcome, Ant-Man. Master Ayush Tavde is here. Some statistics before we go on to the tips one by one. He is Ant-Man. So Ant-1008 is his ID. All the data is good as of 11:49 hours this morning. I repeat, as of today, that is this morning, 11:49. That's the latest data. You have played about 130 rapid games. 130 rapid games, which is not at all a lot. But look at the next point. 3 classical games, Ant-Man, 3, like 1, 2, and 3, like THREE, 3, only 3 classical games. What, how, I mean, how do you think, you really believe that that's enough? I will wait for your reaction in the chat. I don't know if you think that is enough. You're crazy, man. What is the most impressive thing? Even Hitesh will appreciate this. The game completion rate is 100%. Hitesh, if you remember that I told you, for you Hitesh, the game completion was 90%. Jay had to type, don't let it fall. Look at his game completion rate. It's 100% and that is top notch. That is brilliant. The rapid rating is 1488 and I believe that you are between 1450 and 1550. So this rating is perfect for you. As of now, that seems to be your level and that is great. But again, the classical rating like Hitesh, so this is the common point between Hitesh and Ayush. Like, even for you, there is a question mark next to your rating. It's just 1336. And why do you think there is a question mark? Obviously, because Leeches doesn't think that that's your real rating. And why does Leeches think like that? Is because you have just played 3 games. How can your evaluation be done in just 3 games? That's not what you really should aim to do. That's not what you do. Okay, so clearly. Now, external tournament. That's the first good point about you, Ant-Man. I think Hitesh can learn a lot. Hitesh, remember you selected the hourly arena. Jay, if you can type this nicely. If you remember that. Jay, if you remember. He selected hourly arena. Now look at how smart Ant-Man is. That's why he's an Ant-Man. He's smart. He can shrink. Quantum physics. You know the movie? So look at what he does. He shrinks to under 1500 rating. And then he selects the right category. And then, Jay has nicely done that again. So select your own category, Tesh. Look at what the Ant-Man is doing here. So he shrinks and then under 1500 category. And then the point is he finishes in the top 5%. You got to appreciate that. Top 5%. Somebody. Yeah, you're going to appreciate that or what? Can I do that myself? Can I create that applause sound? Super right, super right. So yeah, sure. Why is Jay saying congrats, Itesh? I don't understand. This one is Ant-Man. This is about Ant-Man. Okay. So this is about Ayush Taude doing a very cool job. And again, Hitesh will love this because this happened. Because he selected the right tournament to play. And boy, did he play the tournament well, Hitesh? Did he just play 1 game? Oh hell no! He played 8 games. Watch the screenshot. Watch the screenshot. He played 8 games, and because he played 8 games, he was able to finish 20th 2-0 out of 370 players. Will somebody please highlight that? He finished 20th 2-0, not 28th, okay? 2-0. 20th. Jai can do that. 20th out of 370 players. Now that is top 5%, and this is outstanding effort. Now I like that. And man, this is one good, cool effort on your part. Now let's come to your area of improvement here, yeah? Area of improvement for you is this particular thing I noticed about your play after studying some games. Be sure of what line you want to play. Now, for example, in this game, what happened was e4, e5 was the move. Then you played d4. Then there was e takes d4. And then you played knight f3. So my point is, if you want to go for the center game, then just proceed with the Danish. If you are interested. And if you want to play the knight f3 move anyway, why not e4, e5, knight f3 as the second move immediately? Then why bother to play d4? Why bother play d4? I think I'll say this point again. So the point to highlight for Hitesh and Jay, the moderators, now Hitesh, you are also free. Start doing that job, man. My point is, be sure what line you want to play. If you love the Danish Gambit or open games, then don't be shy. Do the red arrow thing. Do that c3 move. Okay. So the point is, if you are playing e4, e5, d4, then play c3. And if you don't want to play the c3, like some players are scared. I'm telling you, some players say, sir, Danish Gambit is risky because we become 2 pawns down. Agreed. So if you are not that kind of a player who wants to risk the 2 pawns, then e4, e5, knight f3 is good. Then make that as your second move. Why would you play d4? Let the black player take on d4 and then play knight f3, which more or less becomes the Scotch game. Is it not? It got transposed like that. So be sure of what line you want to play. Okay, or for that matter, like Jan Nepomniachtchi plays, Grandmaster Jan Nepomniachtchi, this is favorite line. e4, e5, d4, e takes d4, and then queen takes d4. In this position, white takes the pawn on d4. allowing knight c6 and then queen d3, or maybe queen e3 it is. Yeah. So you can go for that line if you like. So be sure about what line you want to play. And I think that will be great. The second thing is in common, which I say mostly applies to almost all, including Purvesh, the guy who received the feedback first. What about using some thinking time? How about that? How about using some time to think? In this position, you will not believe what you played. Here, you are playing against a player who is rated also 1400 like you, okay? And you lost this game. You resigned this game, by the way. And it's just a 5+0 game. Make no mistake, it's a 5+0 game. And out of those 5 minutes, you still have 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. So if Jay and Hitesh can actually type that, you actually played the move shown by the green arrow. Will you believe that, Ant-Man? Thank God, Aryan, your van friend is probably not here with us. Otherwise, he would have, ha ha ha, he would have LOL'd you, man. I mean, uh, 45 seconds were used. A period of 45 seconds was used. And you came up, the best you could think of is bishop e4 when there is a freaking knight on f6. Come on, Ayush, you can do better than that. Come on, Ayush, you can do better than that. Please tell me you can do better than that. Bishop e4 is, of course, a blunder. You can do better than that. I'm not, and I will say this again, okay? Let me come on the big screen for that. I have said this many times before, and I will say it again. If you think that sir is giving a feedback, negative one, because, of the loss of game, no. Win and loss is inevitable in chess. Whether you are a patzer, an amateur, intermediate player, or a grandmaster, it happens. What I'm telling you is that the fight should make some sense. Put a good fight. Enjoy the game. When I play the demo game, well, this week it happened. We played 2 games. I lost the second one, and that too with a surprise checkmate. You remember? But wasn't there a fight in both the games? Yes, even after the internet disconnection, if you remember the second game that we lost. But still, there was fight. In the first game, we were down to like 1 minute. And we were playing a 10+5 game. So I want you to make it a match. That's why it's called a match. It's a fight. Enjoy the fight. But out of 5 minutes, if you are going to only utilize like 45 seconds and then you are going to blunder a piece like what you see on the screen, man, that's not going to help. Okay? It's inevitable. The word is inevitable. Put a good fight and enjoy the game. And this time, Namish Dhake has done it in one line. I'm proud of you, Namish. I'm proud of you. This time he has done it in one line. That is what is important. Win-loss will happen every stage of chess career. But then enjoy. How can you enjoy this? You tell me. Be honest and then say something, Ayush. How can you enjoy this? You play bishop e4 and then the knight took your bishop. And then, Ayush is wondering, oh, I lost the game. Come on. That's not fair. Yes, you lost the game because you didn't play well. Don't do that. Okay? You're a far better player than that. Now, one good point, again, this time it's again a positive. He did well. Okay, everybody can praise him for that. Okay. The hub tournament, pretty decent participation. Purvesh, remember? Yeah. So pretty decent participation in the hub tournament. Here you can see the overall performance could have been a little better. It's 1554. He could have done even better, but it's pretty decent. He did not finish on the podium, but still, I mean, overall, he finished 5th. So that's 2 points away from the podium. 2 positions, let's say, okay? 2 positions, you can type it that way if anybody wants to highlight that. 2 positions away from the podium finish. That's pretty decent. I'll say it's decent, and played 8 games. Accounts. Again, I have gone through most of those games, and needless to say, I found some hasty play there again. So Ayush, work on these parts. I mean, so important. Okay. I keep saying that you have to play with initiative and tempo. My point number 5 for you is the initiative and tempo that we talk about should be throughout the game. I repeat, the initiative and the tempo part that we keep talking about all the time is to be done throughout the game. And now if Itesh, your parents are still with you, they should enjoy what I'm about to say. This is why parents can take even the feedback for other students also seriously. You know why? Because Itesh also did the same thing. You remember with the bishop, he didn't take that pawn on b4. But well, in his case, Itesh at least was worried about e5, discovered attack on the rook or something like that. In your, by the way, Itesh, still bishop takes b4 was the best move. Analyze that later. Here, it is our very own Ant-Man doing this. You could have easily played the move queen takes, shown in the red arrow, queen takes pawn. What you played was the move in the green arrow, with the green arrow, bishop b6. And remember, I have also taken good care to show you the evaluation. -3. Now, Jay, if you are, Jay knows this, like 3 points is a piece. So -3 means the computer actually thinks it's as good as a piece up. Somebody type that. I think Namish or Jay can do this. Guys, it's very important. -3 means 3 points. That's as good as a piece up. Please make no mistake. The computer evaluates, right? +1, -1. Those 1 is 1 point. That's for a pawn. So -3, 3 points is for a minor piece, right? Bishop and knight are valued at 3, if you remember. Yeah, sure. So if you look at it that way, the computer at this stage, had you taken that pawn with the queen, saying you're -3, you're winning. And Jai has done a good job here. He's summing it up. Watch the chat. Watch the chat. Means that it's winning for black. You're winning. Minus 3.0 is 3 points. So, like Itesh, I want you to be a little okay with the captures. Fine. If you are playing with initiative, maintain that. And you know why? It's not just about the pawn. If you look at the position, Ant-Man, you would love this. Not only will you be -3, but the advantage, you can even be consolidated more because the queen exchange will happen, right? Almost inadvertently, almost. I'm not saying force, but almost. Because then you are pressurizing the c2 pawn also. Watch it closely. So queen takes pawn is also going to pressurize, the c2 pawn. If the queens are exchanged, well, okay, even better. And mind you, white has no pawn on the g file. I don't know how many people notice that. The bishop's fianchettoed. How many people notice that, guys? Be honest about this. Be honest about it. So there's no pawn on the g file for white. The king is in the open. So you can have further advantage playing this game. Very, very important. Okay. So if you thought that you played that bishop back because you wanted to protect the c7 pawn, same homework for you as Itesh. Itesh also had the same homework. You will also have the same homework. Itesh also told me, sir, e5. But check it out. Bishop takes b4 is still good. You tell me why. And here, same homework for you. Jay, you can type what the homework for these two is. Even for you, queen takes e4 is good. Even when c5 is dangerous. Same homework, c7 is in danger. Sorry, beg your pardon. c7 pawn, I know. The knight's attacking it, the queen's attacking, I know. But even then, queen takes pawn. The move I've shown with the red arrow is actually good. So Jay has summed it up nicely for both of you, Itesh and Ayush. In your respective positions, I hope that you are taking screenshots. Ayush, if you are, you're not in a position to jot down, or notebook is now with you because you are at your uncle's place, you can take screenshots. Just have this evaluated. I wonder if, Ayush, you have your parents by your side. Yeah. Now, what is this? This, I think, was done by Purvesh as well. Was it Purvesh? Oh, was it Purvesh or was it Hitesh? No, I think both. No, I think Purvesh. Jay can probably help me. Jay, help me a little here. Who was it that actually did not play the rapid regularly? I think it was Purvesh, our first student. Now watch this, another great example. 10 plus 5. Now here, I am happy that Ant-Man actually did 10 plus 5. Now if Itesh's parents are watching this, look, Itesh did play 8 plus 0, 8 plus 0, 8 plus, and I want 10 plus 5. Now this is what I want. But again, what is the negative, Ant-Man? What do you see there? 3 days ago. Not so smart. Nothing escapes Amaya sir. So Jay, please highlight that. I think Jay has also noticed this. That 110 plus 5 game is 3 days ago. And the one before that is 2 weeks ago. So did you just play this game because you were one of the candidates for the feedback? Ah, it looks like that. Jay, Hitesh, what do you think? Ant-Man is trying to be very smart here, you think? Don't you see that? See, this is how a coach understands. So you played this game. Sir, feedback dene wale baba. Oh, that's why you played this 10 plus 5 game, man. Because the one before this was a freaking 2 weeks ago. And I've said 10 plus 5 game, one at least every week. And I'm saying at least. It's not that you just have to play one game. I mean, 2 to 3 at your level, 2 to 3 is fine. So very, very important. Nothing escapes my attention. That's why I think the parents who are watching this would love it. See, coach understands, all these things. As a parent, as a student, you will not look at your own profile like this. But when I scan, boy, I scan some data. I'm telling you, you don't do this, okay? So don't just play a rapid game because Amir sir is going to give you a feedback on Saturday. No, sir. And there is another reason why I strongly believe that you played, and Jay will so love this because, and why I say Jay will love this is because he's experienced. It's many years Jay now is with us. So the next screen that you will see, the next slide, and probably the last slide, you will see why I am sure, and everybody in the chat you can say if you agree with Amesar or not, that Ayush Tavde played this game because he was going to have a feedback on Saturday. Otherwise, he would have not played this game also. Ta-da! The next slide. Tell me if you love this. Tell me if you love this. That one game that he has played, Black resigned. Okay, fine, you won the game. That is not the point. That is not the point. Watch what you see here, guys. Abracadabra. What did I find? The one game that you played. Now, was that really a 10 plus 5 game? Look at your time left. Yeah, okay, you won the game. Good luck. Okay, I mean, you had a fork, you won. And 7 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. Can we say that's almost 8 minutes? That's almost 8 minutes left. And you say that it is a 10 plus 5 game. Now, man, be honest here. When I play the demo game, when did you see me winning a game with 8 minutes to spare? Your friend Aryan is actually, is worried about how low Amesar goes on time. You remember your van friend? He has typed so many times, and Jay can actually tell me more about this. He's always worried, like, sir, you're low on time, you're low on time. Have you ever seen me win a game like this? Unless, of course, the opponent resigns with me that much time left. Okay, then it's not my fault. But here, you could have, the queens are exchanged. It's almost the end game. So watch this. I mean, this is what the coach sees, what you guys miss. All the parents, yeah, that's why, you know what? And by the way, this is very important to for me to tell you that we will, once the hub reopens in October or whatever, whenever the government allows us, we will have these sessions one-on-one with the parents in the hub. So every week, maybe 3 students or 4 students, maybe I can select, and then we could have this. It would be a good idea. This feedback session is rocking because then you be honest about it. You know so much about what you should do, what are the areas, and Hitesh's profile page. Man, that skull and that car. Some comments about that. It's time for us almost to stop, but don't forget to comment on that. One more thing, what I would want you to do on the Telegram before we go, there is few seconds left. Let me know how who are the guys who are left for their first round feedback. One of them is Abir. Abir's mom is here watching this, so one of them is Abir. But Abir, remember, for me to give you the feedback, you must have satisfied all the conditions. We know that. Okay, so Abir is one. In the Telegram channel, you can probably Telegram group, you can tell me about who are yet not done even with the first round of their feedback. And Jay could help me here. Okay, Jay has already highlighted. I think Hitesh has highlighted one name. Jay, you can go for others. Arya Mahakal has not received a feedback. Really? Check, Jay, check. I think the first feedback we covered him, right? No. Anyway, we'll stop for now. Do take care. Jay, by the way, if you are going to create the tournament early, put that message today itself on Telegram group if you are going to create it, or else on Monday. We will meet on Tuesday. Take care. Enjoyable session. Bye all.